Ashish, so far the ED has been surveying the PFI and has put it under the scanner. They also attached 23 bank accounts of PFI in June earlier this year. What were the discrepancies that they've noticed in the funding of PFI so far? If you can take us through that.
Even before the charge sheet was filed, the Enforcement Directorate had banned, or you can say seized, huge amount of money into the bank accounts of PFI. They basically, they had attached these bank accounts because they found it to be used for anti-national activities, and that is why the Enforcement Directorate decided to attach it. But ultimately, the money that came into these bank accounts is to the tune of around 120 crore rupees before the Enforcement Directorate attached it. Now, this money, huge money, 120 crore rupees is not small money, and which has ultimately been used for anti-national activities, anti-India activities, to be precise. This money basically came in from different countries. There was domestic donations as well, but major chunk of the money came in from countries like UAE, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and this money was basically coming in through Hawala channels into India. But ultimately, since this money had to land into the bank account of Popular Front of India, it was shown as donations or genuine business activities, and there was, hundreds and hundreds of bank accounts which were used by the PFI sympathizers. In fact, there are certain cases where they have found that the bank account existed, but the individual never existed. There are certain bank accounts where individuals do not even know that their bank account has ultimately been used for anti-national activities. There are certain rickshaw pullers, small-time dhaba operators. These people of their, of this stature have been used for anti-national activities, and they were basically
Ashish,
not even aware. Yeah.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So, their bank accounts were basically used for anti-national activities, and they were not even aware that their bank account has been used. The money came in and went into the bank account of PFI, but in small, cash transactions were done through these bank accounts to show genuine donations or genuine business transactions. But ultimately, the Enforcement Directorate investigated. They found that there are hundreds and hundreds of transactions being done like this, where money was brought in from Gulf countries, and ultimately this money was used for anti-national activities. So certainly, this basically organization deserves this kind of action that we are seeing today.
Ashish, stay with us, because we have an information about an important arrest coming in. So top government sources are telling CNN News 18 that top leadership has been arrested, including PFI chairman Salam. They're wanted in specific cases of NIA and other agencies. They failed to turn up, and today in a special operation they are arrested. These are the latest details that we have. We know about 100 members of the PFI, SDPI have been arrested, and now we're finding out that the PFI chairman as well has been arrested. Arunima, it says they failed to turn up and they've been arrested. Could you tell us more about that?
Confirmation, the entire state leadership, we know that states, the southern states, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, other than that, the states here in the northern and eastern part of the country, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Assam, these are the states where PFI activities are under the scanner. And we are told that all the state level office bearers are currently in custody of either the state police or the central agencies. They've all been detained. In some cases, the paperwork for arrest has been formalized. The charge against the state leadership is that, and the national leadership as well, is that they were fomenting trouble, anti-India activities, recruiting people for the cause of anti-India activities, crimes under UAPA, accepting money from Hawala channels, about which Ashish has already elaborated. Under these charges, there are various cases that NIA has already been probing under PFI. The charge that they are making right now is that the leadership was summoned. There were legal, papers sent to them asking them to be part of the investigation, but they had not cooperated, and that is the reason being cited why the step of taking them into custody has been taken. This is important because when they go to the court, to seek custody, it will be argued by the defense as to why this crackdown was required, why the arrest was required. And that is the case that the NIA is building up, that there are various allegations against these office bearers specifically and against the organization in general, for which custodial interrogation is required. I can tell you after speaking to top officials that this was a surveillance that was mounted over the last few days. Activities of these state-level office bearers as well as the national-level office bearers of PFI were kept on surveillance the last few days to see their movement, to see if they have got any whiff of the impending crackdown, and if they're planning to leave the country or change their location. Based on that surveillance, this crackdown has been carried out. The agencies knew precisely where the PFI leadership was. Their premises, their residences, their offices were all, monitored by the local police over the last few days. And these searches are being carried out today. The detention, the arrests are being carried out today because NIA believes that in custody, these leaders can be questioned further, and that could break the back of PFI.
Arunima, the PFI has already put out a statement. The State General Secretary has called it an atrocity by the central agencies. He said this is action by a fascist state. But now with the information that the chairman has been arrested, what word is coming in from the outfit?
Nothing yet. I mean, they sent the statement. I think that very soon there will be no office bearers left to come out with a statement, because from what we hear, the entire top leadership of the Popular Front of India is under the scanner. They're all being either detained or already arrested. Definitely all of them are being questioned by these multi-agencies, the state police, the NIA, the Enforcement Directorate. They are, and the modalities, how searches are carried out are that when the agencies reach your residence, first thing they ask you to do is keep your mobile phones and your communication channels away. So if that have been kept away, then it is very difficult for them to now come out with any statement. We are told that all of them, all the top leaders in these states of Delhi, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, in 13 states, the leadership, the general secretary level, the chairman level, the treasurer level, all the office bearers have been questioned, and they're still being questioned. Information is still trickling in. This is a coordinated effort across 13 states, and it is taking time for information to reach us, because they're all busy scrutinizing the papers, the digital devices. Some pamphlets have been recovered, and in previous searches, they've also recovered weapons, country-made weapons, arms and ammunition as well. NIA has accused the PFI cadre of carrying out murder, carrying out terrorism, and they have in the past recovered swords, machetes, etc. So will they recover anything of that kind from the houses of the office bearers, because that would give them solid evidence. So right now that's where the focus is, but we are told that the entire top leadership of PFI, state level as well as national level, is in custody currently.
Thank you for that comprehensive